It was supposed to be a normal family barbecue. Just burgers, lemonade, folding chairs, and some laughs. I wasn't planning to cause any drama. I just came to hang out, help a little, and keep quiet like I always do. But then Grandma stood up with a big smile and said loudly, "Your car loan is all paid off. $12,000, but you're worth it." Everyone laughed, then stopped. I blinked. "Grandma, I don't even have a car." The yard went quiet. Grandma looked confused for a second, then quickly glanced to her left. That's when my sister walked in holding shiny new car keys, smiling like nothing had happened. No one said a word. Not my mom slicing watermelon. Not my dad staring at his plate. Not even my cousin who usually jokes about everything. And right there I knew. It wasn't a mistake. They used my name to buy my sister a car. They thought I wouldn't notice. Or maybe they thought I'd stay quiet like always. I didn't argue. I just sat back down trying to stay calm. 2 hours later I checked the loan app on my phone. Proved. $12,000. In my name. I took a screenshot. No shaking hands. No anger. Just facts. Grandma walked over and slid a yellow folder across the table. She didn't say anything. Inside were papers from the dealership, contracts, receipts, all signed with my name. But I never signed them. That night my phone buzzed like crazy. 13 messages. 5 missed calls. A voicemail from my sister. "Please don't do anything crazy, okay?" But I wasn't going to do anything crazy. I was going to do something worse. I was going to go silent. The folder sat on my kitchen counter for 3 days. On the third night I finally opened it again and the pattern became clear. It wasn't just the car. It was the double-charged utility bill last fall. The streaming service I was still paying for. The $500 I loaned for my nephew's school, never paid back. Every time I helped, it became an expectation. Every time I stayed quiet, they took more. I wasn't family. I was a wallet. The last page of the folder showed my signature, copied from an old document, sloppily traced onto the car loan papers. They didn't even try to hide it, because they assumed I'd stay quiet. The memories rushed in. The birthday I paid for but wasn't invited to. The wedding I bought flowers for, but my name wasn't even in the program. The vacation I covered, but they thanked someone else. It wasn't love. It was convenience. And I let it happen. But now the proof was in front of me. They spent $12,000 under my name. Bought my sister a car. Smiled like it was a gift, for her, from me. Because they thought I'd pay, disappear, and wait for a thank you that never came. But this time I saw it. That night I changed every password. Locked my accounts. Froze autopay. Checked my credit report. Then I called the dealership. "Hi," I said. "I think a car was bought under my name without my permission." The man on the phone paused. "Is your name Kevin?" "Yes." "I figured you'd call," he replied. He knew. Maybe not the full story, but enough to recognize family trouble dressed up as paperwork. "You're technically the listed owner," he added. I didn't say anything. Just stared at the folder. I didn't want apologies. I wanted control. I was done being quiet. "You'll be picking up the car tonight," I said. Pause. "Sir. I'll start the repo process now." I hung up and opened my laptop. Phase 1. Taking back control. I deleted their Netflix profiles. Downgraded Spotify. Revoked Amazon Prime. Reset every shared password. Locked them out of the smart home. Shut off the Wi-Fi. Their texts started pouring in. "Mom, hey, the Wi-Fi's down." "Dad, the thermostat isn't working." "Sister, why is the camera app saying unauthorized?" I didn't reply. Phase 2, financial cutoff. They said co-signing their mortgage was temporary. It never was. Because I was the safety net. I logged in and started removing myself from the loan. The bank called within an hour. "They might not qualify without you," the rep warned. "Good," I said. 2 days later the bank emailed them. Their payments would double, or they'd lose the house. I didn't tell them. Let them open that email over breakfast. Let them realize, the buffer was gone. And I wasn't coming back. Step 3. Checking what they used me for. I looked deeper than just the bills and subscriptions. I found the old storage unit I had been paying for, the one with all the family heirlooms. I found business insurance for their home office, in my name. I found the website for the family photo albums they shared every holiday, under my account. I shut it all down. Then I checked the website for my dad's small tax business. Guess who paid for that for 6 years? Me. I moved the website to a private account and locked it. Then I called the software company for their tax program. I canceled it. Now they couldn't access their tax records. Their renewal? Gone. I wasn't stealing from them. I was just taking back what was mine. Step 4. Cutting off their access. When I started my own tech company, I gave them free tools, just like my paying clients. Things like security, backups, better internet speeds. They thought I was just helping. They never read the fine print. I logged in and marked their accounts as terminated. The system shut down everything. I left a short message on their screens. This system was provided free of charge since 2016. As of now, all services have been removed. No feelings. No warning. Just facts. By 6:12 p.m. my uncle left me a voicemail, panicked. We can't log in. Everything's gone. Were we hacked? Call me. I didn't. At 6:45 my dad texted me. You went too far. This isn't just about the car. Oh, it wasn't. It never was. Step 5. Showing the truth. I still had the screenshots. The fake signature on the car forms. The loan approval in my name. Grandma's folder with all the proof. I put everything into a neat PDF. Dated, organized, clear. I sent it to 3 people. The family accountant. A fraud investigator I knew. My lawyer. By 9 p.m. the plan was moving. The car repossessed. The fraud reported. My money, protected. Their tech, offline. Their lies, documented. And I stayed quiet. No yelling. No social media posts. No arguments. My silence wasn't weakness. It was my answer. By midnight my phone had 112 missed calls. 13 from my sister. 21 from my dad. 2 voicemails from grandma. 1 crying, 1 angry. I didn't listen. I already knew what they'd say. You're tearing the family apart. Well, they tore it apart. I just stopped cleaning up the mess. They didn't want to say sorry. They never do. They called to control me. To remind me I'm one of them. Even after everything they did. That night, when the car got towed back to the dealership, my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. A group chat exploded. One I never asked to join. My sister texted. They took the car. What did you do? Well, please call. We don't understand why you're doing this. Dad, you're being childish. You're embarrassing yourself. I didn't reply. They weren't confused. They were caught. And they hated it. At 2:36 a.m. my sister called, crying. They said there might be charges. I didn't know they'd take it. I thought you'd fix it. I hung up without a word. They never believed I'd actually stand up for myself. They thought they could lie, cheat, and I'd patch it up, like always. Not this time. The next morning things got worse. My aunt posted on Facebook. Heartbreaking when family turns on you. But truth always comes out. We have receipts. Receipts. That's what they called the fake documents with my stolen signature. False accounts. Debt that landed on me. I didn't respond. Silence spoke louder than any argument. But then the text turned nasty. You always wanted attention. You got it. You ruined your sister's life over nothing. We took care of you when no one else did. This isn't justice. It's cruelty. You think you're strong? You're just alone. They tried every trick. Guilt, shame, pity. Everything except the one thing that mattered. Taking responsibility. When that didn't work, they showed up at my door. No warning. No invite. Just pounding fists and yelling. Talk to us. You're still our son. My dad. You'll regret this. You always come back. Just wait. I didn't open the door. They weren't here to fix things. They wanted control. They wanted me quiet again. Later that night, an email from my mom. Subject, you've made your point. Message. We're getting a lawyer. This isn't fraud. It's family. If you keep harassing us, we'll take legal action. They thought they could twist the truth. That by reporting their fraud I was the bad guy. I didn't reply. I did something worse. I let the silence stay. Let them feel life without their safety net. The fixer. The quiet one. The one who always bailed them out. And it worked. The next day their tone changed. Please talk to us. You've made your point. We're falling apart. Then my sister. I didn't know what they were doing. I thought you'd be okay. But she did know. They all did. They counted on me to stay quiet. And when I didn't, they lost their shield. I met with my lawyer. I showed him the car contract, the fake paperwork, the call logs, the screenshots. Do you want to press charges? He asked. No, I said. Just prepare. In case they try something. Smart, he said. They won't expect that. He was right. They expected silence. Said. A quiet, it's fine. Not this time. I wasn't making a dramatic exit. I wasn't screaming or blocking them everywhere. I was doing something stronger. I was letting them fall apart, on their own. That weekend my sister texted again. Are you done? I'm about to lose everything. I stared at the message. Typed one word. No. Then I deleted it. Not because I changed my mind, but because I realized the truth. I had nothing left to say. This wasn't revenge. It was consequences. And it was final. At first I planned to stay silent. It felt clean. Felt simple. But they started talking first. Not just behind my back. Publicly. My sister posted a sad selfie online. Tear-stained, dramatic. Caption. It's hard when the people you thought would be your forever turn out to be your lesson. Grateful for those still here. The likes rolled in. Comments full of love and sympathy. Family resharing it like gospel. And I saw the story they were building. That I was the problem. The bitter, dramatic brother. The guy who took back the car like it was a toy. The one who shut off the Wi-Fi and Netflix. The one who ruined everything, over nothing. I scrolled through the comments. You don't deserve this. Some people just want control. Cutting toxic people is hard but necessary. That's what people were commenting online. But no one actually knew what happened. No one even asked. And I realized, if I stayed quiet, they'd tell their version of the story, make themselves look innocent. So I decided to share the truth. Not with anger. Not with drama. Just facts. I gathered proof. Screenshots. Contract. Call logs. The dealership papers with my forged signature. Financial documents from grandma's folder. Group chat messages. The email from the bank confirming fraud under my name. Everything was clear, organized, and real. Then I made a post. Not on Facebook. Not on Instagram. On LinkedIn. I wanted it where it mattered. The professional world where people saw me as calm, reliable, smart. The headline read, When Family Crosses the Line. A real story about financial abuse and identity misuse. I told the story simply with no emotions. How my name was used for a $12,000 loan I never agreed to. How the car was given to someone else. How they didn't apologize. They lied and tried to make me the villain. I didn't name names. But the people who needed to understand, they understood. By the end of the day, over 30,000 people had seen it. Then the messages came. Not from strangers. From old classmates, coworkers, even a cousin I hadn't spoken to in years. One cousin messaged, Thank you for speaking up. I thought I was the only one. By the second day my inbox was full. People shared their own stories. My dad used my name to get a student loan. My sister used my social security to get a credit card, and blamed me. They called it help. I called it debt. I hadn't tried to start something, but I hit a nerve. My family noticed fast. That night my mom called me 11 times. No voicemails, just missed calls. My dad sent an email. Subject, take it down. Message, you're embarrassing us. If you think making this public makes you strong, you're wrong. Take it down or face the consequences. He even signed it with his full name, like I was a stranger. I didn't reply. Said I pinned the post. Then I emailed the family accountant every piece of proof. I wrote, In case of an audit, be aware I did not approve or initiate this purchase. Fraud report filed. All documents attached. No anger. Just protecting myself. That same night my cousin Ellie called. Her voice was shaky. I saw your post. You need to know they've been saying you're dangerous. That you're trying to destroy the family. That you've lost it. I laughed. Not because it was funny, because it was so predictable. That's what happens when the family scapegoat finally tells the truth. But Ellie wasn't finished. There was a meeting, she whispered. Grandma, Uncle Ray, Mom, they showed fake messages. Stuff you didn't send. You're sure? I asked. I saw one. It said you were suing everyone. That you had a revenge fund ready to destroy us. I thanked her. Then I made another copy of the proof folder. I labeled it, Prepared Response, Reputation Defense. Then I did what I had been avoiding. I sent everything to my lawyer. The dealership forms. The forged documents. The LinkedIn post. The threats from the family group chat. The screenshots Ellie secretly sent me. 10 minutes later my lawyer replied, "Let's talk Monday. But this is already enough for defamation, fraud, and a civil lawsuit." I didn't want a lawsuit. I just wanted to be ready. Because real power? It's not in what you say. It's in what you can prove. The next morning things got ugly. Uncle Ray messaged, "Take the post down. You're humiliating your parents. Grandma, you should be ashamed for putting this online." My sister, "Hope it was worth it." For the first time I replied. I typed, "It wasn't worth it. It was necessary." Then I blocked her. Not out of hate, out of peace. When people steal your trust and your identity, you don't owe them closure. You owe yourself freedom. I didn't share the truth for revenge. I did it so I could breathe. That night as I shut my laptop it hit me. They weren't angry because I lied. They were angry because I told the truth. Out loud. Where everyone could finally see them for who they were. They didn't want to fix things. They wanted control. And when they lost control they panicked. It was Sunday. Quiet. I was having coffee, window open, reading kind messages from strangers and old friends. For once they saw me clearly. Not the angry one. Not the bitter one. Just someone who finally stopped being used. Then the doorbell rang. I already knew. That. My sister, standing a few steps behind, sunglasses on like grief was a fashion trend. They stood there like they were selling forgiveness. Mom held a box. Dad spoke first. "We just want to talk." I didn't say anything. Mom held out the box. "It's everything, receipts, car title, account closures. We're fixing it." I let them talk. Let them say all the words they thought would make it okay. "We've always loved you. We didn't know you felt this way. We were stressed. We panicked. We didn't mean it. But I've learned something. When people lose control they pretend they never wanted it to begin with." My sister stayed quiet. Until the end. Then like I expected she said, "We used to be a family, before all this." All this meant. The truth. My boundaries. The part where I stopped paying for their comfort. I stepped outside. Closed the door behind me. Not to invite them in. To end it right there. I looked at my dad. "You didn't lose a car. You lost the right to ask." To my mom. "You didn't lose a son. You lost your shield." To my sister. I had to decide what I could give. They waited. Waited for me to break. For me to say, "But you're still my family." I didn't. I said, "There's no going back. Not because I hate you, because I finally respect myself too much to crawl back into that cage." Mom whispered, "So, this is it." I nodded. No big speech. No drama. Just this. Dad looked at me like I was a stranger. And for the first time he was right. The old me would have paid for their lunch after this. Would have apologized for making things awkward. Would have offered to drive them home. I wasn't that person anymore. They left. No threats. No tears. Just the sound of the car door slamming. I didn't watch them drive away. I didn't wait for them to knock again. I went back inside. Sat at the table. Finished my coffee. And for the first time in my life, I didn't feel like I owed anyone anything.